Hierophant. I am your tarot reader. I hope you are enjoying your Scorpio season. My air signs are my last upload, so thank you for your patience, my dear. I pulled a few extra cards from some of my favorite decks. I did it last month. It was delightful. I'm hoping you'll enjoy it this month as well. Listen, my Gemini gem. The first card I pulled from you is from our chakra deck, and it is that of the crown chakra, specifically that of psychic development. Now, where is this energy? It's right in the middle of your forehead. Glow that beautiful, bright indigo color. Open up that crown chakra. In regards to that of your psychic development, we all have psychic abilities. We get to them through sight, touch, sound, and emotions. And the more you flex those muscles, the more your psychic abilities will flourish. Perhaps you have psychics that run in your bloodline that you don't even know about. And perhaps you have been getting visions and signs, and you're like, they're not coming in completely. Work on this crown chakra. I love that energy. Is so delightful. Let's go to the center of your reading, my Gemini, and is that of the Five of Swords. And this is a new deck that I'm introducing to us, and it is the Modern Witch deck. It is very similar to that of the Rider-Waite deck, but the meanings are a bit different. And this here with the Five of Swords, actually this one isn't much different from the Rider-Waite. And this is that energy of, if there is a battle, if there's a battle of the wits, Gemini, we already know that you are witty, right? If this is the battle of the wits, will you win? Probably. Is it worth the fight? Probably not, right? It's one of those things to where, do you want to win the war and lose the battle? Right? Or do you want to battle and win the war? It doesn't matter, because either one is not a success. So this is that energy of, think about the consequences if you decide in the moment to make a decision to cut someone up, right? Whether it's verbally, emotionally, and please, I hope it's not physically, okay? There's no violence in this area, so no violence zone. But this is that energy of, let's think it out. And let's think about the consequences. Let's look at it from an eagle's eye point of view on a much larger perspective. This is the center of your reading. So this is something that we really want to think about, and perhaps we're struggling with, Gemini, but guess what it is? It's a minor arcana. And it also, because I do see a lot of people involved in this energy, perhaps there's 3 people involved. So this is also energy that is encouraging you to stay away from gossip, to stay away from competitiveness in the most destructive way. Now, I pulled some cards from our ancestral deck as well, and what really led me to say have an eagle's eye point of view is because Spirit said, have an eagle's eye point of view, see it from a different perspective, have a panoramic vision. You know who flies higher than the eagle? You know what bird flies higher than the eagle? Not one. Not one. Be that eagle, Gemini. Fly higher. Okay? This is also air energy. It's right there with you. Now, when we go into your moon energy, and this is the conversation you have with Spirit, this is where your emotions are, this is also where we manifest too. And we have that of the Nine of Pentacles, that of the Four of Swords, and that of the Six of Swords. So in this deck, the Nine of Pentacles is very similar to that of the Rider-Waite. And this is that energy of, you know what, before I get here, I want to talk about this and I want to talk about this for you, Gemini. Right? So we have a bunch of swords here. So I'm feeling like that perhaps we've been having some mental, I don't want to say issues. We've been dealing with things in a mental type way that has been affecting us emotionally, right? and you are beat down, and I can see that with the Four of Swords, and you see how she has her hand on her head. And although there's a woman that's represented there, this could be you too, my male watchers, to where you're just mentally exhausted. And Spirit is encouraging you with that Six of Swords that there's something that you are going to have to make a decision to walk away from mentally. Whether you stop looking at the news, looking at the election, right? Looking at where this thing is rising, right? And fair enough, there's been a lot to think about. But there's something mentally that you are going to have to decide to step away from because it's messing with you. It's messing with your emotions and it's exhausting you. So now we're going to go to that energy of the Nine of Pentacles. And this energy of treat yourself. That's what this energy is. This is an energy of do something special for you. Step away from all this mental thinking, these mental thoughts. Perhaps order your favorite meal. Make your favorite meal. Take a hot bath with your favorite glass of whatever. Right? Have a couple of candles burning. Stay in that water until it becomes freezing cold. And then run another one. Right? That is energy of treat yourself. Okay? Now let's go into your sun energy, and this is your energy where we see you. This is your ego, and we have that of the Eight of Cups. The Ten of Cups. And that's of the Eight of Wands. Now, typically this particular corner gives me what you are manifesting, right? And what you are manifesting doesn't mean that, you know, perhaps you have a particular ritual and you're like, Crystal, I'm not manifesting any of that stuff's there. Sometimes it's certain things that we're constantly thinking about. I'm trying to pick up these cards, trying to be smooth and slick. Things we're constantly thinking about that we end up manifesting, right? In our subconscious. That's why it's so important that we clear our chakras and we clear our mind and we become one with Source. So when we start a day, when we restart midday, right? Because some of us have to do restarts midday. I highly encourage it. You just don't start when you wake up and you clear your chakras, right? You open up your energy to kindness and love, right? And then sometimes by 3 o'clock, I need to rework it. I need to reorganize my chakras, right? So let's get back to this. Let me stop my preaching. And we have that of the Eight of Cups. So this is also that energy of walking away from something that's going to be difficult, is going to be hard, but you know that when you walk away from it, you're going to feel much better about it. So perhaps there's something that we're thinking about, and because I do have that full moon there, it is something that is emotional. And it is something that you've been feeling just recently during this recent full moon. So emotionally, maybe there's something that you have disconnected from. Or you feel like you're thinking about, I need to disconnect from it. I need to disconnect from him. I need to disconnect from her. And you're thinking about it and you're questioning it. Would I be better off? Right? Well, this energy here, right? We have that Ten of Cups and they're looking at the rainbow as a family, right? This is that energy of sit back and appreciate and look at the perspective of where you are in regards to your family, in regard to your friends, and where you are at emotionally. Have you ever seen a double rainbow? I have. It's this interesting phenomenon, right? Biblically, a rainbow stands for hope, that new day will come, right? So in that moment, when I saw that double rainbow, and I remember I was coming out of the grocery store, I'm sure I was stressed about something, whether it was just getting to my car, right? But when I saw that double rainbow, anytime I see a rainbow, whether it's a single or double or what have you, in that moment, it puts things into perspective. I think that's why Spirit made it so doggone beautiful. And this is that energy of put things into perspective. That Eight of Wands, Gemini, is there something that we should be doing? Right? Is there something that you want to go for? Is there a change you want to come and all it requires is you taking action? This is Spirit this is Spirit telling you to do it now. Go for it. You see how she's on that motorcycle? She is on a mission. And spiritually, Spirit is going to give you that energy. It's going to give you that push is what I'm feeling like. Yeah. All right, I am going to expand on your immediate present, my Gemini. I have that of the Seven of Pentacles. And I have that of the King of Cups. And this flanks that Five of Swords. So what I like about this Seven of Pentacles, it's also that energy of stepping away. Are you focusing on something so much, right? And I feel like that this has something to do with it. You're taking it down to the granular, am I saying that right? The granular, to where it's so tiny. You're focusing on the tiniest of things, that your perspective is skewed. If you're standing here trying to watch a plant grow, baby, you're gonna miss the beauty of stepping away and coming back and seeing a new leaf. I'm a plant person. That is the most exciting thing. If you have a monstera, you water it, and then the next week you come back and you're like, oh my gosh, there's 2 new babies coming up. But just guess how I would have felt standing there looking at it second by second. It wouldn't be as exciting. So there's something that we should be stepping away from because we're putting too much energy into it. And this King of Cups, right? Although he's on rough waters, and they are rough from front to back, we have that fish in the background that is representing our creativity. Perhaps we are also dealing with a water sign. Or perhaps we're just really deep in our emotions, and our water signs are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Right? Perhaps we're dealing with someone that's making us a bit emotionally unstable in that energy, right? Or perhaps they just have that aspect. Yes, okay. All right, so I am being called to show you this second card that we pulled from my ancestral deck, which is really attached to this Eight of Wands, right? And this is the Shield Maiden. And there it says, make plans and focus, right? She is a warrior. And the thing about this particular warrior, although she is a very strong feminine energy, she is equal to her masculine counterparts with the same responsibilities and the same expectations, right? And the best warrior is one that plans and focuses and strategizes. One is one that gets up and does it. Do you think a warrior sits around and wait for something to happen? No, sir. A warrior has already made a plan before they even wake up the next day. This energy is encouraging you to tap into that energy and just go ahead and do it now. Do you have a new business you want to do? You have a new idea? Something spicy you want to bring to a relationship? Because those wands represent passion. You see the leaves that are growing from every wand? It's opportunity. All right, my dear, we are now going to, okay, Spirit, okay. I wanted to expand, okay, what am I doing here? I wanted to expand on our moon energy, but Spirit is tugging me. Okay, so at the beginning of our reading, we are focusing on our crown chakra right there at the center of our forehead in that beautiful deep indigo color to focus on our psychic development. The third card that I pulled for you is that of the mountains. And this is energy, and it says, stand your ground, right? But what I've picked up mostly from this energy for you, especially in regards to this psychic development, you see that lower part of the mountain. That is a connection with Earth. In order to have that connection and stability and that groundedness in Earth, we have to rest and center ourselves. And once you're centered there on earth, you're able to be at the top of that mountain and connect to that of Father's sky. That is going to help sharpen your psychic abilities. Stand your ground. So I have air and earth energy here for you. Let's ground these mental emotions. That's what's happening with this, Gemini. Let's ground these mental emotions and stabilize them. Okay, let's expand on your moon energy. Yeah. Oh, Gemini. Gem, no wonder you've been so exhausted. So I expanded on that of the Nine of Pentacles, and we have that of the King of Pentacles. And then we have that of the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like for a lot of us Geminis, and I don't know if we had this last month, I feel like that health-wise we're struggling with something. So I don't know if we've been, affected by loved ones who perhaps have been caught up in this pandemic, or perhaps you yourself have been caught up in some sort of illness. And I feel like that if it's more like you have aches and pains, or you've been getting more headaches than normal, I feel like it has a lot to do with your mental state, with your mental energy, with your mental health. Focus on that, right? I also feel like that perhaps that some of our family members have also been weighing heavy on us, and that also has been affecting us as well. Some of us have been having trouble with money, which is interesting because Gemini, you were one of the luckier zodiacs when it comes to finances, right? You're just lucky in that way. So perhaps you feel like that your luck has ran out, right? So you're feeling like, you know what? No, I'm sorry, I take that back. That's not what I'm picking up on. Have you had to dish out like extra money to family? I'm feeling like that. And I'm feeling like that if you have been giving extra money to family members or to friends or to, loved ones, or to some of you are giving money. Come on now, Gemini, are you giving money to like coworkers and stuff? Stop that. Stop that. And I know you want to be generous, and I know that you want to be big and bold, right? You want to help. I know that's who you are. But child, keep your money to yourself. Right? Or at least have them sign a contract or an IOU. I just heard you say that's not my style. Well, baby, then do you want to be sitting like this Five of Pentacles out in the cold, wondering how you're going to pay your bills now because you lent out all the money, and now they're talking about, oh no, Gemini, I don't have it. So you know what? As a matter, I'm going to give you $10 of the $150 I owe you, and then I'll give you the rest later. Stop it. Stop that. Now, I expanded on that Six of Swords, and perhaps that has something to do with that because I have that of the Ace of Wands, right? And that Ace of Wands is like, I am not taking anymore. When the Ace of Wands pops up, right? And typically, us tarot readers, we're like, that's a new beginning, a new passionate beginning, right? To me, this is an encouragement to passionately move forward with your next move, to passionately push on, to passionately move past that, to passionately say, no, I cannot lend you money. I can loan you money that I need by this time. You can passionately say, nope, I don't want my $10. I want the whole $150. That's what I gave you, so you give it to me back. Right? And then we have this of the Lover's energy, right? And this is energy of passionately making a choice. What decision are you going to make? And I feel like I'm kind of like as a collective, Spirit is really encouraging us to stand strong in a decision and move forward. This is also that Gemini energy, right? And that Gemini energy, you are the communicator. You represent communication. We passionately need to communicate what it is you're going to put up with. You're going to passionately communicate. For my mental health, I need you to back up. For my mental health, I need you to pay up. For my mental health, stop begging. Stand your ground. So I expand on that of the Four of Swords, right? You're tired. I know you're tired, right? And then we have that of the Three of Swords. You're tired. I know you're tired. You have that of the Nine of Wands, and you have that of the Star energy, right? So we have Aquarian energy there. And that Three of Swords, right? To me, it has something to do with this. And perhaps that disappointment is coming from the lack of appreciation. I feel like that's what it is. It's like a lack of appreciation. I feel like you're being pulled from a couple of different directions. And because you are so generous, right? You almost feel unappreciated. It almost feels like, oh no, Gemini always comes through. So I'm gonna go ask them for more. Even though I have $100 in the bank, I'm gonna go borrow $100 from Gemini because they always come through. And little do they know, you standing there broke because you thought they needed help so badly. And you're tired. But you see that Nine of Wands tells me you've been kind of living that for a while. And even though you've been able to get through it, and you would gladly do it, right? That's what I love about you. You would gladly do it. It's been going on too long, right? So here we also have that Star energy, and you see how she has one foot in the water and one foot on earth. One connection with spirit and one connection with earth. Remember, we talked about that. One connection. She has a connection, a transition. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like this frequency, right? Okay, I just got that rainbow. It's this energy that spirit is really connecting with you, Gemini. Some of you really are going to start, if you want to connect with spirit, if you want to have psychic abilities, now is the time, right? It's no accident. And interestingly enough, Gemini, sometimes what happens, right, is trials and tribulations and sometimes loss heightens your psychic abilities. I don't know why. So there's something here that we're letting go of that's going to help you increase your psychic abilities. Not only is it going to help you increase it, it's just going to start happening naturally. And for it to all to kind of make sense, right? Working on that chakra is going to help you make it more fluid. Indigo. All right, my dear. Oh, that is interesting. So I expanded on the Eight of Cups, right? And we got we got another 10 of Cups from the Rider-Waite, along with the Knight of Wands. And it's very similar to that Eight of Wands energy that I got from the other deck. Passionately moving forward towards that rainbow. I love that. You made a decision to move away from something that emotionally was draining you so you could get to that emotional perspective of happiness and joy. Did you just transition that during this reading? If you did, I love it. And then I expanded on that of the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords appears along with the Leo energy. It is Leo energy, but along with the Strength card. And in this case, right, even though it is a major arcana, and I feel like that perhaps, Gemini, we are dealing with a Leo, right? And for some of you, it's a relationship. For some of you, it's a child. For some of you, it's a relationship, and they just might have a fire aspect. But some of you are really dealing with the Leo, and like you need to cut them off, right? There's something that you need to have them understand. I'm not your ATM, right? I am not the person you come to with all your problems and you're over there sitting pretty and you're stressing me out, right? I'm not the one who's always going to come to your rescue. So there's something about this Leo that you have to say, no longer will I, because you are affecting me mentally. And mentally, when you affect me, it affects my health, and I'm stopping it. It needs to be ding dong dag. It needs to end, right? For us to get towards that Ten of Cups, because that Ten of Cups is in your sun energy. You want it so badly. And in order for you to get there, Gemini, there is a boundary that you need to set that says, you know what? My mental state is more important than your problems. When I expand on that 10 of Cups, we have that of the Queen of Cups, and that is beautiful. We have that of the Ace of Cups. That is lovely. And we have that of the Knight of Swords. Listen, we just talked about this. We just felt this energy come here, right? That Queen of Cups, she's a bit gentler, right? And obviously you have this nurturing side of you that, Gemini, I don't think people give you enough credit for. In order for you to get to that Ace of Cups, and that Ace of Cups is for you, it's an ace, right? It's an ace. That's only one cup with one hand. That is for you, for your mental health, for your mental stability, for you to love you. I need you to back up. And that's what that King of Swords is all about. I'm sorry, that Knight of Swords. You are moving away. Look at the horse. He's like, we got to get out of here. Get away from the drama, right? Get away from the begging, right? Your mental health is important for you to connect to Source, right? If that's what you want to do. All right, we're going to expand on that because I don't want to end the reading on that. But I expand on that Seven of Pentacles, right? And that's all about, focusing on the little things to where we don't enjoy the big picture. And then we have that of the Page of Cups along with the Five of Cups, right? It feels like such a bittersweet energy. I feel like that if you step away, that you feel like if you step away emotionally from something, that you're going to miss out on something. You feel like that if you take that particular thing away from that one that you love, right? Or that one that you care about, that one that, and for some of you, I don't feel like it's like love. I feel like it's like you have this responsibility towards them. Or it, like you have this responsibility of, you know what, I'm your savior, you know what, anything you need. And you've gotten so, I don't want to say addicted. You've latched responsibility to that person and to that activity of helping and assisting, right? And at the end of the day, it leaves you empty. Because you have more than enough. That's how you feel. You're like, listen, I have more than enough to give, so I don't mind giving. But honey, if they keep taking and they already have enough too, how does that make you feel? When I expand on that King of Cups, I get that of the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords. Gemini. You're still questioning whether or not. You're still questioning whether or not you want to continue doing what you're doing? That's interesting. Listen, that Two of Swords is energy of being indecisive because you don't have all the facts. Baby, get the facts. Because I feel like that whomever and whatever you are contributing to, they have more than enough to take care of themselves or to take care of it, is what I'm hearing. But they'd rather take from you because you give it so freely. Do some research before you decide to keep giving, before you decide to keep moving towards them. Because you see how this energy is moving away from that? It's just some encouragement there, right? A little spiritual nudge. And then when I expand on that Five of Swords, we have that Two of Wands. We're going to focus on this for a little bit. So that Two of Wands, it's not about making a choice. It's about I've made a choice to choose me. Spirit is encouraging you to choose you. Here's the Emperor, right? And this is one of authority. This is one of stability. You see, he has his armor still underneath his robes. Because if he has to get out there and fight and get down to the nitty-gritty, he will. And he wants everyone to know. We already know how gritty you are, right? Let them learn how to be gritty without you. And we have this of the Nine of Swords, which finishes your your reading. And this Nine of Swords, in my opinion, you got to use that grit to say no. And I know it's bothering you. I can see it. I know it's something that you're struggling with. I can see it. Let's see. You know I didn't want to end the reading with the Nine of Swords. I'm not going to do that to you, my love. No way, Jose. Yep. So this is our answer. This is our answer, right? Like, Chris, I don't want to do it. Spirit, I don't want to do it. I care about them. I'm afraid that if I don't help them, that they're going to fail. When really, we really don't. What we don't realize is that they were never in a position to fail, right? And here, this is the ending of your reading. It's the Queen of Wands. She's the most charismatic queen. When she speaks, people listen. When she walks into a room, people watch. And the interesting thing about her is that when she communicates in such simple terms that is understood. So when everyone walks away, they feel like the winner, even though they left with no chips in their pockets. She has a way of doing that. So this is that encouragement, is tap into that energy. Make them still feel like they're winning the game. All right, my love. Whew. Whew. We are now going to choose your angel card. This is also energy we want to resonate in, and it's typically a final message from Spirit. And here we go. And what we have for you, my love, is that of honesty. Well, I'll be doggone. I'll be doggone. Right? Be honest with me. Do you really have enough money in your bank account? Be honest with me. Do you really need me to come fix your fence when your husband can do it? When your wife can pour the cement and you have me over here doing it for free, and you know I work 2 jobs and have a family of my own? Right? Tell me the truth. Just saying. Just saying. All right, Gemini, this has been amazing. I am hoping that you want to come see me next month. I want us to be buddies. If you would consider subscribing, I'd be grateful. All right? Listen, I absolutely adore you.